trendline video, what I understood was that there was a major problem amongst people regarding what is an uptrend and what is a downtrend. I found it quite surprising, which tells a fact that majority of the traders in the market as of now do not have a proper grounding of the basics. And I'm extremely sorry for saying this, but unless you know the basics very well, you cannot progress. You cannot do day trading, you cannot do options trading, you cannot do quantitative or whatever. The basics must be known. If anybody tells you that without the basics you can do options, you can do VIX, you can do volatility, you can do gamma trading, it's absolute bull. You must know the basics, and everything starts from the Dow theory. This theory was primarily formulated by Charles Dow. He was the editor of the Dow Jones newspaper, and he formulated a set of rules in his editorial to analyze the market. So we are going to see what are the rules are like and how they actually affect the market even 100 years later. So let us first go to rule 1. The rule 1 of the Dow theory states that the market discounts everything. In place of markets, you can also call it price. Price discounts everything. Dow theory operates on efficient market hypothesis, which says that asset prices incorporate all available information. By asset, I mean stocks, I mean bonds, I mean currencies, I mean commodities, and everything. Based on this tenet, the only information excluded is which is unknowable, something like an act of God, something like an earthquake. But even then, the risks of such an event are priced into the market in the form of risk. The rule 2 of the Dow theory states that here we enter the trading part, and kindly concentrate, because if you understand this part, you have understood uptrend and downtrend in the market. Dow theory says that a market actually operates on three different trends at the same time. It uses trend analysis to understand the overall direction of the market. But first of all, it is important to note that while the market tends to move in a general direction or trend, it doesn't show in a straight line. In order to show this, I will give an example. At one point of time, I used to teach basic technical analysis, and I used this example. The first time I read about this in the works of Dow, in the works of Edwards and Nagy, it practically blew my mind. So let's see, and I will ask you a question after you see this. Let us consider you and I. You don't know which sea beach this is. You probably also don't know the time. I take you on the side of the sea beach and tell you, I ask you, tell me, is it high tide or is it low tide? You know what a high tide is, right? When the water comes in from the sea. A low tide is when the water gradually goes back on a longer time frame. Tides are caused by the effect of the moon and stuff, but everybody knows a high tide and low tide. So if I just take you on the sea beach and ask you whether it's a high tide or a low tide, how will you answer? I will give you 10 seconds. Just think of the answer. Okay, no use wasting time because this is a YouTube video. What you do is, when a wave, so the market will rally up to a high or a peak and then sell off to a low trough, but will generally move in one direction. Put it simply, an uptrend with corrections. The primary trend is upward. Notice how it doesn't move straight, but has some corrections along the way. From here we start, go up, correct, go up, correct, go up, correct, just like the waves. So basically, a primary trend in the market is something like a tide. There is a tide continues for say 6 hours. So you have a long bull market, that's the primary trend. Within the trend, you will have waves, which are basically coming and going, prices moving up and down. Now, this three trend market classifies the market into three particular trends. One is called a primary, one is called a secondary, and one is called a minor trend. A primary trend is the major trend of the market and the longest. Hence, it is the most important one to determine. This is what we call a bull market or a bear market. The primary trend will also impact the secondary and minor trends within the market. Dow determined that a primary trend will generally last between 1 to 3 years, but could vary in some instances. Could be 2 years, could be 5 years also. 1 to 3 years is generalization. Primary trend can be an uptrend, can be a downtrend, or can be a sideways trend too. It is not necessarily that a primary trend will be a bull market or a bear market. It can also be a sideways market over years. I will show you examples on Nifty in a bit. Now, regardless of the trend length, the primary trend remains in effect until there is a confirmed reversal. This is simply Newton's law. An object remains in motion unless it stops and changes direction. So, unless a bull market actually gives you a signal that the trend has changed, we will consider that a bull market is going on. And I'm not giving a picture out here because this picture is basically of a primary bull market where the market continuously went up over years. This is 95 to 98 on the Dow Jones. A secondary trend is also called an intermediate trend. This is where we are very much interested in. Dow said if a primary trend is the tide, secondary trends are the waves. An intermediate trend moves in the opposite direction of the primary trend, generally lasts for 3 weeks to 3 months, corrects minimum one-third to maximum two-third of the prior move. If it corrects less than one-third, it is not an intermediate trend, it's just a small move within the major trend. If it corrects more than two-thirds of the prior move, probably trend is about to change. So these two levels one should be very careful about whether the correction is between one-third to two-thirds. A picture will explain this. Major trend is up, but if you see this, market went up till here, came down, went up, came down, went up. So this continued from sometime to March to July. So it was 3 months. So for 3 months, this particular trend continued in the same direction, which is opposite to the primary trend. The last, but not the least, is the minor trend. Dow compared the minor trends to ripples on the waves. Now the primary trend is the tide, the intermediate trend are the waves, the minor trends are just the ripples on the waves. Lasts less than 3 weeks. Fluctuations within the intermediate trend, fluctuations means can be both up and down. Dow theorists are mainly focused on the primary and intermediate trends. But the minor trend is always watched with higher trends in mind. That is, if I'm looking for a minor trend up or down, if the primary trend is up, intermediate is down, then I will see whether the minor is going up or down. So I will keep the two higher trends in mind when I'm looking at the minor trend. Now, if too much focus is placed on minor trends, it can lead to irrational trading as traders get distracted by short-term volatility and lose sight of the bigger picture. A picture once again. Now, those particular 3 months are now again broken down. What is happening is it is going up, going down, going up, going down. So if you just see this part, you don't get a major idea what is going on. But we know that the intermediate trend is down, the primary trend is up. So if I'm playing the intermediate trend, I'll be shorting. If I'm playing the primary trend, I'll be going long. Let us go to the next point. Now, each primary trend has three phases. Since the most vital trend to understand is primary, which leads us to the third logic of Dow, which says every phase has three phases, primary trends. The accumulation phase, or the public participation and the excess. In a bull market, the distribution, the participation, and the panic in a bear market. We will look each at the bull and the bear market in a very specific way. Primary upward trend or a bull market. The first phase is accumulation. Informed investors enter the market going against public opinion. General mood is of pessimism, but stocks at attractive valuations. Let us see a picture. This time frame is sometime in end of 2008, early 2009. If you see this particular point, after the major crash of 2008, people practically ran away from the markets. Here the Nifty P ratio, if I'm not wrong, was came down to something like 10 or something. So this particular phase from October to April, this is where an accumulation took place. General economy was bad, people were pessimistic, but informed investors get into the market before the public and accumulate in the market. So this is called an accumulation. After the informed investors get into the market, participation increase, volumes increase, more investors enter the market, mid cap starts moving. Here was my accumulation, market went up, here comes the participation. Here, economic condition has improved, people are believing the worst is over, they have started investing in the markets, whether directly, whether through SIPs or something. Market goes up and down, and kindly notice something. Uh, this is what I forgot to mention in the last part. When the market was coming down, if you see the blue lines, these are the highs. See, the highs are continuously coming down. If you see the red lines, these are the lows. The lows are also coming down. But during the accumulation phase, the major low was not broken. Short, higher lows were getting made. So this first said that the bear move which was going on is probably over and probably an accumulation has started place. Only when this high is crossed after a sideways movement, after a channel, then we can say that maybe accumulation has been done, a bull move is starting. But notice this, high, low, high, low, high, low, just like the waves, correct? Now, then we have the accumulation, market goes up. Here is the public participation. Now watch within the public participation zone. High, low. High is higher high, low is lower low. High is higher, low is higher. High is higher, low is higher. High is higher, low is higher. Since the primary trend is up, the intermediate trend is also continuously. These are the intermediate trends against the major trend, which are corrections, which are correcting one third to two third of the prior moves. Say this is a prior move. This is like a half correction. This is a prior move, two third correction. Prior move, two third correction. So within the participation phase also, the higher highs and the higher lows are getting created. So we are in a bull market and the people are participating. Last phase is euphoria, excessive speculation and public participation. In India, we call this kutta billi stock starts running. Dog starts, cats and dogs. I mean, penny stocks, 1 rupee goes up to 20 rupees. Those are kutta billi stocks. Your panwala offers you stock tips, or maybe your Ola Uber driver. That's sir, ye share khareed lijiye. Buy this, it will go up. The last line, markets can go only one way, up, up, and up. I've written this in italics because this is the normal idea among retail investors. Market cannot go down, it will only go up. India will become a superpower. Nifty will go to 25,000, Sensex will go to 1 lakh. Neo wave analyst will come into the market and give you a target of 1 lakh Sensex. This particular type of thing is basically euphoria. That is the last phase of the market. The same chart I'm analyzing from 2008 bull market, then the accumulation, then the participation, then see the euphoria. Very fast, very sharp. And here everybody was confirmed that market can go only one way, up and up. Remember, from 2200 Nifty, we have come to 6300 Nifty, almost three times, and there people are thinking market will go up. So that is the kind of euphoria which is created. Now if I see the whole scenario, this is your accumulation, this is your participation, this is your euphoria. Then the market ends. Correct? Three phases together. I have analyzed the whole 2008 bull market. See, this was a sideways primary trend between mid 2001 to mid 2003. It's not always that a bear market ends after 2000 and immediately the market runs up. No, there can be a year long, 2 year, 3 year long trend. This was almost a 2 year long trend where the market went nowhere but sideways. This was your accumulation zone. Remember the first line. A primary trend can also be sideways. So the primary trend here was sideways. Somebody accumulated in between, market went up, Here came the public part. This was a multi-year bull market, right? Here came the public participation. As usual, the last part, euphoria. So these three comprise the three phases of a bull market. Similarly, let us see a bear market. Primary downtrend or a bear market. Distribution. Informed investors sell or distribute their positions. View is still optimistic, hoping for another up move. Participation. During this phase, it is clear that the business conditions in the market are getting worse and the sentiment is becoming more negative as time goes on. The market continues to discount the worsening conditions as selling increases and buying dries up. Economic condition actually goes down. And the last phase is panic, where the primary downtrend market tends to be filled with market panic, can lead to large sell-offs in a short period of time, margin calls, selling freezes. A bear market ends, this is not in Dow theory, with a lack of interest. This is actually given by neo-Dow theorists, people who do not want to touch stocks again. Going back to 2008 bull market, which I just showed, here was your distribution, here was the participation, that is the distribution participation, here is the panic. You will understand this in October 2009, from a level of 4,300 Nifty, in 5 weeks, we made a low of 2,200. I traded this market. I survived. When we say 2008, this was as scary as 2020. So again, distribution, participation, panic. Now I will tell you a funny story and then I will go to the next rule. When I first learned this, the primary downtrend and the primary uptrend, and I was learning technicals, no, not 2009, I will show you the 2008 chart. Okay, I was learning technicals somewhere around, okay, 2000, right, sorry. 2000, that was after a big bull market. So when I first saw this theory, I said, this can't be. Because if I show you the theory, let's say at 2008 early part, that these are the three phases and this is how the market has performed, you might say, boss, this is too much copybook fitting. I told the same thing. You have seen how the market has performed over the last 2 years and you have made this theory. He said, no, this theory has been made in 1900, 100 years back. I said, okay, if this theory is 100 years back, everybody must know this theory. And then who is going to suffer in the euphoria? Everybody will get out. My mentor told me $1 million question. He told me, Shubhadev, how long have you been trading in the market? I said, well, I've been in the market as an investor probably since the last 8 to 9 years. I was in the market since 1991 when I was 18. I was buying deliveries, obviously not a trader. I was an investor. He said, okay, how many traders do you know till now in the last 9 years? I said, give or take 100. He said, okay, fine. How many traders do you know have come to learn technical analysis and Dow theory? You know how many out of 100 went to learn technicals? Just two of us. Rest 98 fell by the street. Those were cannon fodders. Those are the people who say the stock market is gambling. So if you're seeing this theory and if you're seeing if somebody wrote this theory 100 years back, how can this work? Point is, you guys are doing, not everyone, you guys are doing options, you guys are selling options, you guys are doing everything without knowing the Dow theory. If you can't walk, you cannot run. First, you have to learn as a kid when you're crawling on the ground how to stand up. Once you're successful in standing up, after falling a lot of times, then only you can walk. After you can walk, keep your balance, then you can run. So if you're going to do options trading in the market, that's practically running at high speed, 100-meter sprint or a 1,000-meter sprint. First, boss, learn how to stand, then go into running 100-meter sprints. Now I will show you something even more interesting on the Dow theory. There's something called Schabacker rules. Now Richard Schabacker wrote the rules for the end of the bull and bear markets in 1930. He has a book written in 1930. See the end of the bull market rules, and I exactly quote his rules from his book. End of bull market. Trading volume increases sharply. 2. Popular stocks advance significantly while some other companies collapse. In fact, in 2008, even before the major stock topped out, the IT industry topped out. This year, if you see 2020, even before the financials topped out, lot of other stocks, the FMCG topped out. 3. Interest rates are high. 4. Stocks become popular topic of conversation. You go to a party, you go to a marriage, कौन सा stock जचता है? Which stock is good? কি ভালো লাগছে, kind of in Bengali, right? 5. Warnings about an overheated stock market appear on the news. Just go back a few months back in January, where all newspapers were telling that the P ratio is 26, 28, too much money chasing too few stocks, lot of SIP inflows, market is overheated. How long can this P ratio be? So these news, these warnings were there. This guy wrote it in 1930, bloody 90 years back. So read, learn to walk, learn to stand. 2. End of bear market. Trading volume is low. Commodity prices have declined. Interest rates have declined. Corporate earnings are low. Stock prices have been steadily declining and bad news is everywhere. This is the end of bear market. I will just make a venture out here. We are somewhere in May 2020. We are not in the end of bear because these conditions have not been fulfilled. Commodity prices are not low. Interest rate has just started to decline. Correct? Trading volume is not low. Trading volume is very high on NSE. As of today, I know that the Bank Nifty is holding open interest, cumulative open interest, which is 5 months high as February. This is not low volume, boss. This is high. Stock prices have been steadily declining, and bad news is everywhere. Bad news is still not everywhere. Still, there are bulls in the market who think that the market will go up. So, this is what is the scenario like. Now, this was a theory part. I understand it's maybe too much to take it at one go, but I wanted just to explain the Dow theory. Now, this is part one. This is the theory. How do we use this in trading? We use something called an intermediate high low, something called a swing high, swing low. That's a different topic altogether where we'll be using charts and I'll be showing you some basic rules which technical analysts in 1920, 1930, 1940, long before the advent of computers, on charts they used to use to trade, and that method is still successful. If you understand that method, you can use it on EOD, real time, intermediate swing, whatever. That gives you a perspective of the market, as I say, context of the market where you are trading. But as you have understood by now, in order to make this presentation, I actually spent 3 hours. I had to write the rules, make it easy, do it into a presentation, see how this is done, do a recording, upload and stuff. So today we will stop here. Tomorrow I will go into intermediate high lows. That will be much more practical. This is the theory. But again, unless you can stand up, you can walk. So you should learn the theory first. If I can, I will do it tomorrow or maybe after. But I will do that. And when I finish the second part, you will see the heading of this is Dow Theory 1. When I will finish the Dow Theory 2, that will be, I will give you the reference of books which I have used in this particular presentation. I have used Edwards and Magee, I have used Martin Pring, I have used books by Robert Ria, I have used the study materials provided by the Chartered Market Technician Association, CMT Association, and I have just tried to hop everything. This is not anything I have invented. All of this is public domain information. I have just made a synopsis so that you can understand this better. Thank you. Good night as of now.